Alright, welcome back, brothers and sisters. We're going to populate the chart here and we're going to discuss how you would find longitude of prices of the resistance levels using the chart and the channels from the tops to the lows. Let's go ahead and let's talk about that. I just want to make sure that this is not in front of the square. So we're talking about these tops here that come in, particularly this October top, and how we can find it on this tool. We're not going to be talking about the inside square or the Pythagoras cube. Today we're going to be talking about the longitude of prices, and what do we mean by that. So we have our date ring set up here. Within green goes this way, and our red one goes this way, in case we have different market actions. So right now we're going to take our counter and we're going to line it up at 0. So the longitude of prices work on circular movements. So we just take the first circle of 36 or 360 and we add the next circle of 72, 108, 144, 180. You get the idea. So we just keep adding a circle to keep finding prices. Alright, so let's move ahead and let's make a determination here. So October 5th we made 126. Okay, so first we're going to find October 5th, and October 5th is right here where my finger is here. And let's go find 126 on our wheel. So here's 108. Let's keep following around. 117. Oh, there you go, there's 126 right there. So we just line up 126 with our October 5th top, and now we can find out now what our levels are going to be in here, which we need to be really concerned with. So how do we do that? Well, again, we go back to the opposite side of the circle, or we go backwards from 128 and we find 117 and 108, our fourth circle. So here we will find 108 as a major resistance level in our, and it's capturing our last bottom channel lows here in this mover. So from here we know that a move below this will weaken it much to go lower. So let's have a look at what our lows were. At this time we had seen lows of around 102, and that's pushing down much lower down to here, right where Pluto is sitting and the north node. So here's where that spiked down to, and losing, as we've said before, this 108 and 107 level, losing that would indicate another major low. And where could we see that low coming in? So next we have to consult the square to see where we would see points that would be accommodative to what we're looking at. Well, looking at that now, another move down would be, another move downward to this area is 81, and this represents this right angle here from our top, and it lines up perfectly with our first date of 45 degrees from the low date of October 5th all the way down to November 21st, and this lines up at November 21st on a 45-degree angle and lines up perfectly with 81. So now we have a low and a bottom point that is double confirmed by the angles. So from there, now we know that we have a topping pattern here of 98. How do we know it's going to be around 98? Well, we were finding our 81 low, and on the opposite side is 99, 98, 97. All right, so that's what this top is right here. So it's 180 degrees from its low. I hope you can see that. So next we would be looking for a break, and if we got below a certain level we would know that we're about to dive down, and that level again is this 82 and 81 level. If we were to get below a 90-degree square in price, then we would be likely falling. And where would that take us to? Well, our next point is the February 4th period right here, and February 4th, lines us up. Numbers are getting small. It's right here. And we have on our ring, we have 66, which, you know, at that point here, 66 is right here in the middle or bottom part or underbelly of this channel. So let's see, our target is 59. 59 is right here on a right angle from our last time count, and it's aligned with, again, another count from our last low and highs. All right, so from here we're finding that this market has this 59. So let's just take 59 and we'll bring it right on over here. And we're just going to line that up with February 4th now, 59. And now we're going to be looking for our tops. So where are our tops coming in? From 59, this low, we go all the way around the circle and we arrive at 76, 77, 78, and here's 79. So 180 degrees later, we are finding resistance levels from those lows at 59, 60, 61. So this is our next channel, which we've been discussing, that we need to be careful not to chase it around. I told you not to chase this around to the 101 level. I told you to get out around the 95, 96 level. I was using the square back then discussing that, but this is longitude of prices. So this is how we're able to ascertain when the next changes in trend occur. So a 90-degree angle from this time frame will bring us down to this April 30th, where the sun is about to be conjunct with our last low in our channel from this area here of February 4th. Watching this now, it's getting very close to a area for an abrupt change and a retest, and that can occur very quickly here and bring us back to 67 on the circle here. That's where that pricing level is. So 67 and 68 is something that needs to be guarded against, and it represents this lower channel line here. And if we start to get below this here, then price starts to really fall apart. And that next ring down is into 50. So that would bring us down into the 50 levels. If we were to lose this, we would be down sitting on this angle in the 50s here. So again, this is how we're able to determine if we're going to be moving down to another level or we're going to be staying above a certain point and have overhead resistance. And the square helps us to, the circle helps us to make these determinations from our last lows or last highs. So I wanted to share that with you. This is our 5th edition square. I use this one and travel around the world and fold it up in my suitcase to show people how it works. You can find me on PayPal as well. I sell our 7th generation square is really nice. I think I'll pin that up in the thumbnail anyways for you to see. It's not changed that much, it's just some colors have changed to make it a little bit more vibrant, and we've added a dual triangle ring. So we just have those couple updates. Everything else stays the same. We have all the longitude of prices on the circles, and you don't have to have all my stickers on there for XRP. You could do your own or do your own analysis. Thank you for joining us as we move forward here into the digital age and the rest of the year. We're at the 6-month period from our all-time high of 126, and a change in trend is occurring in this 3rd week here off of this steep angle. These angles are all the same. If I take this angle and put it up here, they will capture all these exact angles of how the market was working and fell below, showing weakness. And we just use these angles that are always parallel as they have power, right, in twos. So we have, right, this is the exact same angle as this angle. So this is all we're doing. And this angle here for our blow away top here for a blow off is set upon the first move up from this abrupt low here, and I just lined it up on this top upper angle to show us another point where we would see when it crosses, we're likely to see topping areas occur. So this is also the same thing that's occurring here. So another confirmation that we're in a very overbought market. And let's go take a look at the indicators really quickly, see what they have to say. Well, our MACD is getting ready to roll over and pitch down, and if it gets below this line of resistance, then there's a very fast move down with some sellers possibly stepping in and seeing some significant red spikes. So that's our MACD and our histogram. Let's take a look at our RSI. It's been wavering around. I put a secondary trend line on to capture it, and it's just looking to get some either support here or energy to move down and retest this level down here. Momentum. Looks like our momentum has started to break down through our trend line here. If it doesn't gain some healthy rebound from these lower tops, as head and shoulders, then I believe we're about to redress this area here before maybe a possible capitulation later on in the year down. Stochastic, the leading and lagging indicator in my opinion. So we've had a series of topping patterns again in our channel, and we're supposed to spike down as we have here in our lead indicator. That we're looking, to have a lot of volatility step in here coming up on our May 1st, the beginning of the month, May Day, and we might see a lot of capitulation. We don't have a Clarity Act figured out yet, and I'd like to see something like that finish off so I can also finish my Bullseye Coin project so that I know to adhere to the significant protocols that is going to be written into these acts for assets and securities. So we'd like to make sure we get a good read on that. Back to the market again, we're about to experience what looks like and possibly the rollover, and we've just about tired out our position at this area, and it looks like another wave down is about to unfold. However, if we get above this area and retest this, we could have a fake out up to this. Nothing says we can't have a fake out up to this level. This is our Fibonacci level of 84. So we can in fact have something there, but it's not looking very strong at this point. It looks like the energy has subsided up into these areas, and we've been challenging this for a very long time, 78 and 79 days, and we're squaring out our time frame with our price frame. So it looks like a change is imminent here. Anyways, peace and love, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us today.